The Journal of Grimm 225, Random Stew posted on January 19, 2015 by Sage Doyle. January 19, 2015. Well, last week, after Blues Monday, I called Charlie to recommend a gynecologist, and Selene made me call to schedule the appointment for her. Selene is not usually so unassertive. It's a reflection of her shame and discomfort with admitting what was done to her. We have an appointment for next week. On Tuesday, classes started up, and incidentally, I got Dean's List again last semester, so that's good. I'll get into what I'm taking this semester another time, maybe, if I feel like it. I'll also maybe tell you another time about today. It's Blues Monday, but it's also Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and the Convoy are going to play a gig, which is cool. We rarely do gigs, but a celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. is being held at a local hotel throughout the day and evening. A bunch of jazz, blues, and R&B bands are performing, including us. Selene has been wanting to come to Blues Monday, but I've known about this event for a while, and I wanted the first time she'd hear me play to be this performance, the real deal, and not just practice or jamming. Howard is even going to let me sing again. The best part is that we're towards the end of the lineup, which is a compliment to the band, means we're that good. Not the major headliner, but we're up there. Anyway, for now, I will present to you, Invisible Journal Reading People, a series of random things. My name is Grimm, and here are some random things I feel like mentioning. Grimm's arbitrary OCCURENCES and pensiveness. One morning, the day after it was my turn to do the dishes, a task which I failed to do because I was remiss, I went to have my coffee and saw that there was a limited selection of clean cups to choose from. I did do the dishes later in the day. I'm not that remiss. The only thing available was this thing of colas. It was a cup with a teapot on top, so the shape of the two pieces together looked like a teapot. I took the cup, which was more like something you'd have soup in, or cafe au lait rather than just your standard morning cup of coffee. So as I take a sip, it spills down my chest and underwear, which is no fun way to wake up. Later that same day, Hasty stopped by to bring me a present. It was a coffee mug, with the picture of me and her on it. She's very sweet. Now when I use it, I text her and say, "I'm drinking out of your mug," as mug is a pun for her face. American Horror Story season finale this week. Is it just me, or does Jessica Lange get more beautiful every episode? She distracts me while I'm watching the show. I was taking Bogart to his counselor appointment, and he noticed the sign that said, "No parking, no estacionars." He laughed and exclaimed, "No estacionars, no station in your arse." Bwahaha. As a personal philosophy, I like to think there are more good people in the world than there are bad people, because if the opposite were true, then the world would be truly fucked. I'm going through this thing lately, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I guess there's some kind of hippie body snatcher that's taking over, and I think I'm beginning to love everyone. Another mention of Hasty. Every now and then we'll text each other and ask, "What are you wearing?" She texted me this, and I began my reply with "I'm," but then in the word options I accidentally hit the word stew after it. I'm stew. Strange, I don't ever remember using the word stew before, so why it would be in my personal options is beyond me. I went to delete that word, but my little touch keypad froze up on me, and instead of deleting, it returned to the next line. I continued to try to backspace, but then it unfroze and I hit the M by mistake and typed M. Fortunately I didn't send that, I just restarted my phone and replied normally. It was funny, but that can't be explained in a text. It's also one of those things that no one ever thinks is as funny as you do. I avoid trying to describe such things to people. I'm stew. I have said this before, in different ways, but I enjoy when I catch someone doing something stupid when it doesn't involve me and I'm just an observer. Most times this happens with other drivers, since I'm the only one who seems to know how to freaking drive. I know this isn't nice, and it's the part of me that the hippie hasn't snatched, but I like it when people are stupid and I witness it, because I know they're doing something I'd never do and therefore I am validated as to how smart I am. I like the word villain. No one ever uses that word anymore except in superhero movies. I didn't do the dishes yesterday either, and I'm going to end this journal entry with a Lord Gary Oldmanism, according to some source online. With no reference point, Lord Gary Oldman said, "You ever go into a house, see a light switch, and it's slightly crooked? Drives me crazy." No, Gary, I never have. Must be something that only happens in England. I have two theme songs for this journal entry. I watched Ishtar with Pete, Cola, and Bogart the other day, Cola's recommendation. It was pretty funny. So I'm picking "Oh Little Darling" and "Dangerous Business" by Rogers and Clark aka Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman.